Well, Prime Minister Mark Carney is meeting with his new cabinet today for the first time. CTV's Scott Hurst is following this, joins us live with the latest. Scott, what is Carney's top priority with his new cabinet and the criticism that we're already hearing from the opposition?
Good morning, Jamie. That cabinet meeting already underway on Parliament Hill. Of course, the government returns in less than 2 weeks as well. And Prime Minister Carney says he ran on a very clear platform of change, and he feels this is the hand-picked team that can deliver that change, claiming to be smaller and more focused despite adding 10 secretaries of state in junior portfolios. And we've already heard from some of the ministers as well. Some notable names might, though, have new jobs. Patty Hajdu, Minister of Jobs and Families, also Economic Development for Northern Ontario, already this morning talking about protecting jobs in the U.S.-Canada trade war. Chrystia Freeland saying that premiers have already reached out to her to talk about breaking down interprovincial trade barriers. And so these are some of the things we've already heard from the cabinet ministers as they're going into this first cabinet meeting. And of course, fighting the trade war is top of the agenda for this new team. But in terms of criticism, we've already heard from the opposition saying, despite many new faces, there are still a lot of the familiar faces, part of the Trudeau era, names that I just mentioned, including Chrystia Freeland, Melanie Joly as well, Anita Anand, just to name a few, that are still in key decision-making positions, Jamie.
There's also a lot of new faces. Who should we be watching for in some of these high-profile positions?
Yeah, in fact, there are 15 new cabinet ministers, and 13 of them are new to federal politics, and some of them have key portfolios that Canadians are looking at to make some significant progress. A few notable names include Tim Hodgson, an advisor to Carney while he was at the Bank of Canada. He's the new Minister of Natural Resources, and this morning already mentioned that he is making plans to go out west. As we're hearing throughout the campaign, lots of talk about wanting to greenlight some big natural resource projects. Another big name new to federal politics is former Vancouver Mayor Gregor Robertson. He is now the housing minister, and we heard him this morning going into the cabinet meeting talking about the government need to build and get in the business of building more affordable housing. So those are just some of the names that stand out to point to a few as this cabinet meeting is now underway, Jamie, as it's just been less than 24 hours since this team was announced.
At CTV, Scott Hurst with the updates. Thank you.